All right, friends, we are making Velveeta cheese today. Yes, please. So this recipe only called for 1 gallon of milk, but because I have a large family and I have a lot of milk that needs to be used up, we're doing 4 gallons. You know, go big or go home. We are going to heat this up to 140 degrees. I got this recipe from Little Goat Farm. I think that's what her name is. I will put it right here if I got it wrong. I just found it a few minutes ago and I needed to use up some milk, and I was like, hey, that seems like a super easy cheese to make up really fast, so that's what we're gonna do. Per gallon, it called for 3 teaspoons of citric acid diluted in water, and you stir it in and you let it sit for like 10 minutes. I think that the recipe called for, without the heat on and no lid. Okay, this is what it looks like after it's sat. I'm gonna strain out the whey. She said that you don't want to strain too much of it out. Okay, I just made this butter and I'm going to add it. It called for 4 tablespoons. That's probably a little bit over. It's a tablespoon per gallon. And then 1.5 tablespoons of salt. Tablespoons of salt per gallon. And then 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. I'm going to turn this on and I'm going to stir it until it all comes together. This tastes just like Velveeta cheese. That is wild. I'm so excited about that because I can make this once a week. You know, we don't eat it that much, so once every couple of weeks, I'm sure it'll sit in the fridge just fine for a while. But that is so cool. So she put it in the refrigerator in like a glass container, and it hardens up and you can slice it really easily. But like, how good would this be if you added some like Rotel tomatoes and made it a chip dip or macaroni cheese or sliced it for a burger? So cool.